Anyway, Gen Con. Magic the Gathering was the first, it was the coming out party. It wasn't the official release. That happened a few weeks earlier. But it was the first time people got to see the game en masse. And it took off like wild. Beginning of the convention, we were in this little table off to the corner. I mean, we were in the small press alley. You know, all the little companies that are like, oh, you're a tiny little company. You get 2 little tables. Sell your quaint little games while you bask in the glory of Dungeons and Dragons. Or possibly whatever White Wolf is offered. That was the year Werewolf the Apocalypse came out, by the way. Well, anyway. We were in this little corner. But we had a strategy. You'd have the people working the booth. And then 2 members of the crew would go up either to hospitality or open gaming with some decks. And they'd just start playing Magic. Because here's the thing back in those days. No one had ever seen a trading card game before. It was a whole new thing. The vibrant art, ooh boy. I remember the first time I saw an actual deck. Around the office, we were playing with these little proxy cards that had been mocked up by Dave Howell in the art department. So seeing the original cards was, ooh, this is beautiful. I love them. So we would go up there and we'd play. And people would see us playing this game and get into, what is this? What is this brightly colored thing you're playing here at this table? We'd tell them, and we'd tell them where to find the booth. And then they'd go buy Magic cards, which we had to limit sales because we only had so many with us. Remember that print run I told you about? Yes. But still, people would go buy cards. And this cycle went on for the first day and a half. Partway through the second day, so many people were playing Magic the Gathering in the hospitality suite and the open gaming area that we determined we were better served being at the actual booth. Other people were doing the work for us. And we had a line. We had a long line. We were in basically the middle of the small press area. And everyone to the right of us loved us. Because our line was so long it stretched all the way down, and people had to check out their wares while waiting to get to us to buy the Magic cards. So they made some sales. People across the way from us and to the left of us despised us. Because as soon as people got their Magic cards, they ran off to go open them and see what they got. And they go play, and then come back and buy more Magic cards. The line got enough that gaming press started going, what's happening over here? We should go check it out. And so we got a lot of attention. Also, Gen Con ran a lot of tournaments. And winning a tournament, you know what you got? A gift certificate for $5. Doesn't sound like much. But how expensive were Magic cards in the first place? It's like 5 or 10, I don't remember. All I know is we had a lot of them. When we went and cashed in at the end of the weekend, the person asked, well, how many different booths are you bringing this here for? Just ours. But you have 3 times as many as anyone else has. Ah! That was telling as well. So yes, we made a big splash, and already people were like, well, we have to get in on this card game bonanza. Mayfair Games, by the way, was the first one to jump on with a SimCity game. The president of Mayfair, Darwin Bromley, was hanging around the booth a lot. He actually was an old friend of Peter's, so yeah. And that leads to the next part of my story. After Gen Con.